Hey, I hope your day's going great. All right, in today's video, we are gonna focus on some of the aspects that make us on our suburban farm a homestead. What are you mixing?
Tomatoes.
Show us how good they are. Ooh, you crunched it. I could hear it crunch. That was amazing.
Trying to get tomatoes.
So Janine is cutting them in half.
Single.
First things first, here's the top row, and as you can go down, you can see they're stacked on top of each other. The salt is already drawing out some of the moisture, which is pretty cool. Cut face of the tomato is up. That helps with the sticking. Once they're dehydrated, all the moisture, or most of the moisture, is out of the tomato. You can actually already see the salt working. The tomatoes are really glistening right now. That's all, a lot of the moisture being drawn out. So here is some of our dehydrated tomatoes. They get really nice and small, and they keep their color, which is amazing. This is one of our indigo kumquat halves right here. They taste like a salted raisin. These are just amazing. And they all have slightly different flavor. Awesome way to preserve your excess cherry tomatoes. I don't even know how many 5-gallon buckets of cherry tomatoes we pulled out of our garden, and we're still harvesting them. They've slowed down incredibly, but we're gonna try to see how long we can go. If we can get into November, I'm gonna be a happy man. Awesome way to preserve your food. Great tasting. You can add it to salads, you can add it to meals, on top of pizzas. Every now and again, whenever we go to make a salad, we just go around and find all of the volunteer lettuce plants that we can find. Not only lettuce, but like arugula, kale, anything else, maybe some basils. So I'm gonna make us a salad. That makes us homesteaders is that we pick a lot of peppers. We'll constantly harvest the right peppers, and if we don't sell them at the farmers market when we set up on Wednesdays and Saturdays, we don't waste anything. We bring them back. We do different things with different peppers. So for the jalapenos, we slice them in half sometimes, take out all the seeds and then the inner membrane. And we do stuffed jalapeno peppers with, and you can stuff them with anything. We normally stuff it with some kind of chicken or ground turkey, something like that, with herbs mixed in. We will, especially the ghost peppers, the butjalakia, and the habanero peppers, we will ferment. And Janine's a master pepper fermenter. She will cut them up loosely, not a whole lot, and rubbing salt on them and making like almost like a brine solution and putting them in a glass jar. We usually weight it down with like a plastic bag filled with water at the very top. We leave that out on the like the windowsill for God, it could be as long as you want, but usually 2 to 4 weeks, constantly burping the top of the jar. If not, the jar will explode. Another aspect of us being a homestead, we take wood that is trimmed from trees on our property, wood that is gifted to us. A couple neighbors had some trees felled and we used some of that wood. Another neighbor, I helped cut some limbs off of a tree and we've used that wood. So we use all kinds of wood and I take them to the wood shop. I make soap dishes from them. We've been cutting logs in half and making tea candle holders, toothbrush holders, anything, and coasters, anything that we can find to make that somebody could use around the house. So we're using the wood rather than just wasting it. We're not burning it, we're using it. Well, I mean, we also burn wood here too, so that's another whole story. Being a suburban homestead or a suburban farm makes it really hard to have enough space to grow on. So this is another aspect of what makes us who we are at Rootbound Farms, and this is why we call it our root-bound life, because we are in a small space, just like those roots in a root-bound plant. So right here, I have returned to growing in the front yard. This bed right here is our all-star gourmet lettuce mix. Right here is a mix of different Asian greens, spicy. I believe we have a red mustard, we have a mizuna, we have pak choy and a baby bok choy. And that's what we're growing out here, guys. These are the end of our tomatoes. We're getting ready to take those out. This agribon that is over top, it does not penetrate as good as it can. This is why a lot of times when people use the agribon, they use drip irrigation. I didn't think it was feasible for out here to use the drip irrigation. So I'm overhead watering it every 2 days or so, and then putting the agribon back over to protect it. Really important to use some type of protection over your beds for all the different kinds of pests that are out there. Don't need to water it a lot like you do in the middle of the summer. However, it's good to get some good watering in.